For 30 years, I've been privileged to be a part of the healthcare community. Besides my nutritional training, I have a Master of Science degree in biochemistry, and I'm about to complete a master's degree in public health. Today, I want to inform you of the endocrinology and genetics of this particular issue. Up to the 5th and 6th week of fetal life, the genital system remains indifferent. Both males and females have two pairs of what are known as Mullerian and Wolferian ducts that serve important roles in developing the child's genitalia. In embryos with the XY chromosomes, the Wolferian ducts give rise to the male reproductive tract. In embryos with the XX chromosomes, the Mullerian ducts give rise to the female ducts, or to the female reproductive tract. The determination of which duct system will prevail, either the female Mullerian ducts or the male Wolferian ducts, is determined by signaling molecules dictated by specific gene expression. These signaling molecules are hormones that will cause the regression of the female Mullerian ducts, or if there is a lack of these particular hormones, the Wolferian ducts will regress and the female Mullerian ducts will develop. By the 10th week of fetal life, the biological sex of a child has been developed sufficiently that a recovery of either the regressed Mullerian or regressed Wolferian ducts is not possible. The differentiation and development of either the Mullerian or Wolferian ducts are dictated by a person's genotype. The genotype is the total sum of genes transferred from parents to offspring. It is a complete set of heritable genes that is contained in every cell of the human body, with the exception of red blood cells and cornified cells in the skin, hair, nails, and neurons. The child in utero will continue to develop as dictated by the DNA which makes up the genotype. After the birth of the child, this tiny human will continue to grow and eventually reach puberty. For most children, puberty starts between the ages of 8 and 14. At the time of puberty, the same DNA that determined the development or regression of the female Mullerian or male Wolferian ducts will control the production of hormones that will further develop the child into a fully mature male or female. During this time of puberty, these hormonal levels fluctuate greatly. The production of the hormones are influenced not only by the genotype, but by the physical, emotional, or mental stress, as well as environmental factors. During these hormonal ups and downs in this volatile time of change, emotions can swing from one place to another. For some, the hormonal process of maturing into adults is like being tossed in an ever-changing sea of emotions. Once this tumultuous washing of the puberty hormones has settled and the child has passed through the physical rite of puberty, hormonal output settles into a more predictable pattern. This normalizing of hormonal output that reflects the adult state normally occurs by age 18 to 20. It is not abnormal to question one's sexual orientation during the volatile years of puberty. That is one of the natural outcomes of the strong hormonal vacillations that occur during that time. Recognizing this, that it is a time-limited situation of natural hormonal fluctuations, a young person can feel reassured that they are not abnormal by experiencing the volatile and confusing emotions that are prevalent during these years. The purpose of this bill before us today is to prevent the potentially permanent damages that can occur with procedures that may be well-intentioned, but misguided medical intervention that ignores the natural phenomena of the maturing human body. It is assumed that those administering the medical interventions are indeed trying to help the mental state of a young patient, but in actuality, they have forgotten their endocrinology and genetics training in the well-meaning attempt to alleviate the emotional and mental suffering of their patient. It is more medically prudent to counsel these young patients that what they are experiencing is normal, and to help them to cope with the emotional burdens of this hormonally volatile time. Permanent physical body-altering procedures should never be considered until the child has naturally transitioned into adulthood. Once that age is reached, then a patient is past the naturally tumultuous time of hormonal vacillations and can then make a decision to make any permanent body-altering decisions that they choose. Mr. Speaker, for the sake of our children, I am in total support of AB 465.